Hi y'all, I'm back again with more public service announcements as a result of my retreating, if you will, regrouping. I found myself sitting with a cousin of mine, and we were just kind of chopping it up about different things, and something came out of that. And I shared this with him at the time, and actually in hindsight, I realized I've shared this with many guys. I'm going to put this out there. Men, and I guess this can go for women too, but this specific video is about men, in that that was the conversation that I was having. Those were that's the direction we were going, so I'm going to share it with that, and just know that it can apply to the other gender as well. But men, if you have to be told what to do, if you have to take so much guidance, if you will, from others when it comes to your relationships, if your mama, your aunties, your uncles, your sisters, your cousins, and everyone else is having to tell you about your mate, and you're listening to them, you might want to check yourself, guys. Here's the scenario. Guy's married. He's married to, he's married to this female. And for whatever reason, some of the people related to him or attached to him don't particularly care for her. They don't really know her, but they don't particularly care for her, and she's very different. She has a different frame of a mindset and a different way of thinking about things, and actually she's a higher level actually, and they're still at a lower level, a very carnal level, very material level, very money conscious, in that they like to be consumers versus producers. And she's past all of that. And so we were kind of chopping up the situation where this guy that, he's married to her, and he's letting his people tell him what kind of person she is and how he shouldn't listen to her. And now what she's doing is she's trying to get him more along her lines, more along the lines of being a producer instead of a consumer, an owner instead of a worker, a financial investor instead of a consumer, and seeding into other people's businesses and families and legacies instead of his own. This is the wife's mindset. But because it's a new area for him and he's learning and he's gravitating into it, but the people attached to him don't know that. All they know is they no longer have the same influence over him as they used to, and now the wife has this influence. And so, and my cousin put it so eloquently. He said, bottom line, the guy's an idiot and he's a simp. Now, I don't know about all this slang stuff. That's my cousin's words. But I say that to say, gentlemen, if you've married a woman, or that's your mate or whomever it is, and you guys got together under certain terms, just because she's seeding into you or she's encouraging you to do things different than the people that you used to hang out with, doesn't necessarily mean something's wrong with it. Doesn't necessarily mean she has some kind of negative or ulterior motives, that don't serve you well. But keep in mind, if you take the mindset of your friends or family or whomever it is, that she's trying to control how you think because she's encouraging you to step up to a next level, and then you go and operate based on what they put into you, are you not allowing them to do the same thing to you that they're accusing her of doing? They're accusing her of trying to control how you think, controlling your behavior, etc. Aren't they doing it when they say whatever it is they want to say, or come between y'all, or create the division and convince you that her suggestions of being a next level is a way to try to control you. Aren't they controlling you? And I might ask, think about it. Are they controlling you for the better or for the worse? They're controlling you. They're convincing you to not listen to your mate and own a business, or what was some of the other, I don't want to go into too much detail of their specific situation, but the mate is encouraging you again to a next level of stuff, to let alone the materialism of things, and enjoy more of life, enjoy more of having control over your finances a little bit better, leaving legacies for your children's children, ownership, business ownership, property ownership, things like that, as opposed to just, doing the do and having fun and partying and drinking and buying a new car every 2 or 3 years. That's your mate's mindset. But your people's mindset, which is what you came up in and you're trying to get out of it, they don't want you out of it. They want to keep you where they are. And so when you listen to them and you allow them to control your mindset and they're controlling your behavior, aren't you letting them do the same thing to you that they're accusing her of doing? And truth be told, I don't know, if I were in that situation, I would probably stick with the mate and allow, if I'm going to let someone control me, guide me, manipulate me into my better. Don't control, guide, and manipulate me into staying at a low level, into staying a consumer, into staying in debt forever, into staying constantly wanting new cars or new shoes or new Jordans or whatever it is, instead of investing my money in ways that could give me a good return, or traveling and enjoying life instead of spending all my money, at this particular restaurant right here, because again, that's a consumer. You spend all your money at a restaurant, you're consuming that food one time and that's it. You turn around and save all those restaurant dinners for 6 months and you've got a trip somewhere. And what happens? You now become a producer, because the information that you gain, the experience that you gain on that trip, you can turn around and share it to others. So you're producing more information, more history, more culture to someone else going down the line. So just a thought. But that was something that I had made a note to do a video about, because my cousin, he's not a guy of many, what's the word I want to say? He finished high school and he didn't go beyond that, and so he doesn't feel like he's one of those who can speak eloquently. I understand him. The people that he deals with understands him, but he wouldn't do a video for me. It's like, no, cuz, you put it out there. So I'm putting it out there. His message is, bottom line, dudes, don't be a simp to your mama, your sister, your cousins, and all of that. If you're stupid enough, it's his words, if you're stupid enough to walk away from or not walk away from, but to ignore or disregard or dishonor or disrespect your mate, spouse, whatever term you want to call for her, under the auspices that she's controlling you and she's influencing you, yet you're going to backtrack to be controlled and influenced by people who are not going anywhere, have no desire to go anywhere, and if they had a desire, they have no clue on how to get where they claim they want to go. Think about that, guys. And that's straight from Mr. Fred. I'll just leave his name with that. I won't put his whole name out there, but that's straight from Mr. Fred to the rest of you guys through me. Take care.